20 new mobile games that just launched, and honestly, I regret some of them already. So today, we're gonna rank every game from S tier to C tier based purely on gameplay. And if you don't know what a tier list is, here's a quick reference. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which games deserve your storage space and which ones deserve to be uninstalled immediately. So let's begin! First up, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This game genuinely shocked me, but not for a good reason. The Play Store page makes it look like a legitimate Avatar experience, but the moment you jump in, you're hit with tons of ads, misleading presentation, and gameplay that feels like a cheap knockoff rather than an actual Avatar game. So I'm putting it in C tier. Although if I'm being honest, this thing probably deserves its own F tier. Next up, Wizard World: Harry's Mystery. This one did surprise me. I wasn't expecting much from a Harry Potter-inspired mobile game, but the open world actually feels alive. Flying on a broomstick over the castle genuinely feels fun. You use your wand for combat, and the puzzles help to break up the action nicely. Overall, the graphics and control are impressive, so I'm putting this in the B tier. I don't think Choo-choo Charles needs that much of an introduction. A giant spider train hunting players across an island is probably one of the most ridiculous game concepts ever made, and now we all play it on mobile. So based on graphics and how unique the overall experience feels, I'd easily put Choo-choo Charles in the S tier. Lost Twins 2 is one of those puzzle games that's genuinely hard to put down. You're guiding two siblings, Abby and Ben, through levels where you move the word itself to create paths and reunite them. No timers, no deaths, no enemies, just pure puzzle solving. The visuals are inspired by Studio Ghibli, and it actually shows. For how clean and polished the whole experience feels, I'd put Lost Twins 2 comfortably in the A tier. Gungrave Gore on mobile had a lot of potential. You're playing as Beyond the Grave, an undead gunslinger, blasting through waves of enemies with cinematic combos and over-the-top demolition shots. So the style is there, but the graphics compared to console are a noticeable step down. On top of that, you need a Crunchyroll subscription just to play it, and users reporting login issues on top of that. So for how much is working against it, I'd put Gungrave in C tier. Quick pause, guys, because this game just turned dropping eggs into the most unhinged, satisfying thing I've played in a while. Oh my gosh, look at that chain reaction. One egg drops, starts bouncing everywhere, and boom, 84-hit combo. That's Quack Quack Attack. And yes, it always looks like this. Drop, bonk, absolute chaos. The concept is simple. Drop eggs, trigger chain reactions, and watch your hero stack ability after ability until everything explodes. It's easy to learn, but way harder to put down than it should be. It's also perfect for short sessions. Jump in for 5 minutes, clear a few stages, upgrade your team, and you're done. Now here's where it gets interesting. The summon system lets you unlock new heroes all the way up to hidden S-rank heroes. Every new pull can completely change how your team plays. Then there's hatch eggs from stages, patrol rewards, and events can crack open into heroes, gold, resources, and sometimes even more eggs. It feels like you're constantly unlocking something, and the more heroes you collect, the more lineup options you get. Personally, I've been loving Thunder teams because once the chain damage starts, things get completely out of control. That's where adventure mode really shines. One perfect bounce can trigger a ridiculous chain reaction that clears the entire board in seconds, especially when your hero synergies start kicking in. There's also ongoing event content with free rewards, and right now you can get Chelonix completely free through the 7-day challenge. If watching Hit That Combo didn't convince you, download Quack Quack Attack using the link below and see how crazy your builds can get. Now back to the video. Ghost Sniper promises a lot. Ballistics, wind, bullet drop, global missions, and on paper it sounds solid. But after playing it, it sounds like a different story. Enemies don't really react when you shoot them, missions get repetitive fast, and the physics are pretty much just decent. It's one of those games that looks good in the trailer but falls apart pretty quickly once you're actually playing it. So I'd put Ghost Sniper in B tier. Blue Fire is a precision 3D platformer set in the fallen world of Penumbra. You're slashing through enemies, dodging traps, and chaining together fast, fluid moments across some seriously challenging sections. It actually rewards you for getting good at it, which you don't often see on mobile. The atmosphere carries a lot of weight too. There's a real sense of mystery that keeps you pushing forward. For how polished the whole package feels, I'd put Blue Fire solidly in A tier. Barbie Horse Ride and Rescue does exactly what it sets out to do. You're rescuing horses, building your stable, and exploring Moonshine Valley. There's riding, caring for your horses, dress-up challenges, and even a mystery storyline tying it all together. Is it great? Yeah, honestly it is. Will I ever be caught playing this in public? Absolutely not. The only downside is the subscription push that keeps nudging at you. Outside of that though, I'd put Barbie Horse Ride and Rescue in B tier. Zombie War is a pretty standard zombie shooter. Waves of undead, lots of guns to upgrade, and offline play. The graphics are pretty decent too. But the moment I realized I can't move and shoot at the same time, a lot of the fun disappeared. And with nothing that really sets it apart from the countless other zombie shooters on mobile, I pretty quickly lost interest. It's not that it's bad, it just doesn't give me a reason to keep on playing, so C tier. Knockout 2, Wrath of the Karen is exactly as ridiculous as it sounds, and honestly, that's why I enjoyed it. You're basically an FBI agent throwing hands with Karens over grocery store meltdowns and HOA drama. The gameplay is inspired by Punch-Out, so every opponent has their own attack patterns that you have to learn and counter. And the best part? No ads, no energy system, just a full game from start to finish. For the sheer amount of personality packed into this thing, I'm putting it in A tier. Slime Rancher is one of those games that pulls you in without you even realizing it. You're vacuuming up adorable slimes, building out your ranch, and slowly uncovering what the far range is all about. It sounds simple, but there's real depth. Breeding hybrid slimes, managing the market, crafting upgrades, PlayDigis did a solid job rebuilding the controls for mobile too. There are no ads and no monetization tricks. Slime Rancher earns its spot in S tier. Bus Masters India Simulator definitely had me interested at first. Driving through crowded Indian roads, dealing with chaotic traffic, blasting musical air horns, and eventually building your own bus company sounds like a great time. But the more I played, the more issues started showing up. Vehicles keep clipping through objects, and the driving physics just don't really feel right. And when I compare it to Bus Simulator India by Malayo, which I think does almost everything better, I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. Stunt Paradise is a stunt driving game with ramps, flips, and explosive obstacles across tracks ranging from industrial cities to tropical beaches. The art style is genuinely solid, and the gameplay has a good dynamic to it. The only catch is that what you're downloading is just a trial. 10 levels and 3 cars. You need to pay for the full version. For what it is, I'd put Stunt Racer in A tier. Just know going in that the free version is more of a demo. Soul Land Awakening World grabbed my attention right away with its gorgeous visuals and flashy combat. And if you're a fan of the anime, there's a lot to enjoy here. But beneath that, it's still a fairly standard MMORPG with heavy auto-pathing and repetitive quests. The gacha rates are also reportedly brutal, and the game leans heavily into pay-to-win mechanics, so that's why I'm putting it in B tier. Game of Thrones Kingsroad doesn't really need an introduction. It launched globally on May 18th, and honestly, it's one of the most impressive mobile RPGs I've played this year. I got to explore iconic locations like King's Landing and Castle Black, all built out in real detail. The combat is skill-based, and it genuinely feels like you're in the show. Only downside is that it is Netmarble, so the in-app purchases are very much present. Still, for how good the overall experience is, S tier. Crisis X is an open-world survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with zombies, mutants, and plenty of scavenging. After spending some time with it, I can't say it feels particularly unique. If you've already played games like Once Human or Darkest Days, most of what you'll find here will feel pretty familiar. The graphics are impressive, but with the game still limited to certain regions, it's hard to judge its long-term potential. For now though, I'm putting it in B tier. Driftfall is a pixel action RPG that had me sailing across dangerous waters, battling massive monsters, upgrading my floating fortress, and exploring dungeons full of secrets. The combat is fast-paced, the boss fights are fun, and there's always something new to discover. Overall, it's a solid game with plenty to like, even if it doesn't quite do enough to stand out from the crowd. For me, it lands in A tier. Max Payne isn't a new game. It's an old-school classic with an amazing story, iconic bullet time, and some of the best gunfights on mobile. After years of compatibility issues, Rockstar finally fixed the game for modern devices. So if you've never played Max Payne before, now's the perfect time to jump in, and I'll put it in S tier. Tomb Busters is a co-op horror comedy game where you and up to 3 friends explore ancient Chinese ruins, collect treasures, and try to get out alive. Solo, it feels like a horror game. With 4 people, it turns into absolute chaos, and honestly, that's where it shines. Overall, the concept is genuinely fun, and the atmosphere is there. For a co-op experience this unique, I put Tomb Busters in B tier. Kickoff Football 26 is a new soccer game that sits somewhere between FC Mobile and eFootball. You've got up to 240 frames per second, no ads, decent graphics, and a fresh season where everyone starts equal. But the AI feels flat, the controls are sluggish, and shooting after a pass often feels delayed. It has potential, but right now it's nowhere near FC Mobile. B tier for now. And that's the final tier list for this month's new mobile games. If you enjoyed this ranking format, drop a like and let me know in the comments which placements you agree or disagree with. And if you're new here, subscribe for more mobile gaming content. See you in the next one!